Hi guys, Michael Ingledew from TDW and welcome to this week's short answering of one of your questions. And we're going to answer this question because it's probably the third or fourth time in the last couple of months that we've had a question like this in the same kind of vein. Now I'm going to read it to you, but it'll pop up on screen as well. And the question came in from one of our TDIQ subscribers who is currently embarking on an initiative to put in their organization interactive manuals, and specifically for them they're trying to use S1000D, and they are obviously having a couple of challenges, but they sent in quite a comprehensive question and some parts of which I will try and answer for you now. And here's the question: do you find lots of issues with S1000D viewers? Okay, that's a great question. Can you recommend one over another? Okay, let's look at that as well. Can you produce an IETP without a viewer? Okay, that's another great question that we're being asked because lots of people are confused that to deliver an IETP you have to use something like DITA, you have to use something like S1000D, which is not true, but there are reasons why you would want to do that. We would like to be completely OS agnostic because we have so many compatibility issues. Do you find this a common problem? Okay, let's take this question and let's break it down into those component parts. It's a really good question. We're not going to be able to answer all of it here now, which is why on TDIQ we have now done a course on developing and delivering electronic data, and it's specification agnostic. So if you want to use DITA or want to use S1000D, fine. But what we do on the course is we talk about the types of viewers, some of the jargon, and breaking down what some of that means so you can understand it, some of the business benefits, some of the business pitfalls, which there are many when you try to develop an interactive manual of some kind, and we talk you through getting over the pros and the cons of disconnected versus connected, what's a viewer versus a browser, what is fat client versus thin client, all stuff we cover on the course. But let's try and answer some of these questions in detail quickly right now. Do you find lots of issues with S1000D viewers? The problem is with S1000D viewers is that they all do things slightly differently. So there was no real guidance in the specification for a very long time on what a viewer should do. So vendors went off and developed their own tools. Some are really good and some are not so good. But in the main, the viewers work and they support S1000D. Now we do talk in a tutorial coming up in the next week or so, are specifications inhibiting our ability to be adopting new technology, new approaches, be innovative with our tech data, but that's slightly differently. So in the main, the viewers work, but they all work slightly differently. Can you and will you recommend one over another? You can't recommend a viewer without fully understanding what your business objectives are, what your IT infrastructure challenges are, what you're trying to achieve from your tech data. Yes, we can recommend lots of different viewers. There are lots of really good viewers out there. Some that are designed specifically to support specifications, some that are completely specification agnostic. And there are tools that you can do, which we talk about in the course. There are tools that you can buy off the shelf that will produce a interactive manual for you that you can deliver online or off, no problem at all. Can you produce an IETP without a viewer? Okay, this is where you're getting confused about some of the jargon that's thrown around. And this comes down to whether you're going to use thin client, fat client, whether your vendor, your chosen vendor, is using something like Internet Explorer or Firefox, or whether they've got their own bespoke viewing technology. And again, on the course, we talk about the pros and the cons of using either approach, because they both work and they both have unique benefits to your business, and it really depends which way you should jump and which way you should go. Again, it comes down to learning a little bit more about your organization and what it is you're trying to achieve. We would like to be completely OS agnostic. Again, we cover the OS cross-platform deliverables. We talk about that on the course because it's difficult, it's challenging, and you will find that many vendors nail their colors to one particular OS. Some even nail their colors to one particular device, iPad, for example. And yes, you would want to be cross-platform, cross-device agnostic. And we talk about that on the course because there are ways that you can achieve that, but there are trade-offs that you have to make in terms of being able to get cross-platform, cross-OS support. Do you find this is a common problem? Viewers are a very emotive subject when it comes to certainly working in the S1000D environment. Most vendors have them, and most organizations today want to use them, and it's about making that right decision for your business, for your organization, at what's the right viewer for you. Do I see this as a common problem? Absolutely. Lots of organizations, and what you're saying in your questions, want to get cross-device, they want to get cross-browser, they want to have complete agnostic OS deliverables. Now, there are ways that you can achieve that, but as I say, there are trade-offs, and we cover that in the course on TDIQ. So, but you can achieve cross-platform, cross-device, because we're seeing now that many organizations want to, rather than invest in hardware, they're allowing their users to use their own devices to access information. But that's a topic for another day, and we talked about that at TDW Live, our conference last year, bringing your own device where you can access corporate information. But that was really great question, and or a stack of questions, and we've had questions like that a lot over the last few months. We are answering all of these questions on TDIQ with real answering your business problem courses that you can then have a look at from our experience what might work for your organization. You can come along to the conference this year, TDW Live, and we are talking about these real business problems that affect projects, affect organizations. That's where we differ from any other event. We focus on the problems of today, not the problems of specifications tomorrow and into the next few years. We focus on the problems of today. We are producing lots of articles in our magazine which cover issues like this, specifically around viewers and interactive deliverables. I'm Michael Ingledew. I hope you found that useful. I hope I answered the question. The question has been answered in far more detail on TDIQ. You can go over and subscribe to that. One price gets you access to now, I think it's over 80 hours worth of tutorials, videos, lessons learned. You can go over. The feedback we've had so far as fantastic on TDIQ, and we will continue to do that. It's unique in the market. We're completely product and vendor neutral, so you're getting real unbiased advice and guidance. Come along to the conference this year, TDW Live, where we're going to talk about these kind of issues. And of course, you can buy our magazine. Go ahead and create your free account. If you don't want to buy anything from us, you can create your free account on TDW, where you will get access to other resources similar to this. Not as great as TDIQ, but you do get some additional resources. Hope you find that useful. Hope you found it interesting. Go and do the course. We'd be really interested to see if this is going to help you make a purchase decision. We are helping organizations today make purchase decisions, and we will continue to deliver this agnostic and neutral and unbiased advice for you and your business. Again, I'm Michael Ingledew. I hope you found that useful. If you're going to be in Seville, come and say hello.